MABIE Island. Because we haven't posted in a hot minute, give us 30 seconds to give you the rundown on where we've been and a few things we have going on. We know why you're here, so we'll get right into it. Oh my gosh. If you guys are new here, which a lot of you are, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Yes. I'm Meredith.
I'm Coleman.
If you are subscribed, you are an Islander for life. Make sure you're also subscribed to our other channel, MABIE Island 2, where everything's K-pop. Make sure you check that channel out. We have some really cool BTS videos that we're gonna drop this week.
Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram at MABIE Island and Twitter at MABIE Island.
Okay, I know why you guys clicked on this video. It's to spill the tea about Miss Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun feud. But really quick, before we do, we have a new P.O. box. And look at this necklace that some glorious Islanders sent me. Our P.O. box is right here. Please send us any donations to keep our channel going and our other channel. It's a lot of hard work. We're not getting paid by YouTube, but we also love your art and we would love to feature your artwork. And if you want to send little gifts, it's not like my birthday is not July 7th.
So, Mom, where have we been?
Well, a lot of Islanders have been asking, where have we been? We've had some illness in the house. It's me, but I'm totally better now and I will continue to get better. So thank you for your prayers. We have a busy week coming up for both of our channels. So we are also going to be going on vacation, which means what? It means you guys are going on vacation with us.
We are going to Asheville, North Carolina. Comment down below. Have you ever been there?
Yes.
It's very beautiful.
Oh, if you have, where's a good place to eat in Asheville? I went to a place called the Grove Park Inn.
Yeah.
Pictured here. Like, whoa. Every night at sunset, they ring a gong. It is so luxurious.
I literally was sitting in a hot tub, sipping on a margarita in the snow.
It was insane.
So make sure to stick around because we are going to be going to the mountains of North Carolina and we will be asking the local
mountain folk
what they think of BTS.
Oh gosh, and that's going to be on MABIE Island 2, our other channel, and we are going to let the mountain folk pick their favorite member of BTS based on our pictures.
Hit the bell notification so you don't miss one thing. Okay, we have so much tea. Today's video is about the Scooter Braun, Scott Borchetta, and Taylor Swift drama.
If you follow our channel, when we last left off, we do a weekly chat called Taylor Talk. And this would have been Taylor Talk number 12, which it still is. When we took a break from pretty much everything. But now we are jumping right back into it, and we are going to give you everything we know up until this very minute on the Taylor Swift, Scooter Braun, and Scott Borchetta fiasco.
Scooter Braun is the manager of a whole bunch of famous pop stars, including Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber. That's pretty big.
That's huge. And here's a list to name a few. Check out this list, you guys. Now, mind you, these are just a few of the people that Scooter Braun manages.
So he's pretty big in the pop music industry.
Now, Scott Borchetta is Taylor Swift's former manager. He's the one that discovered her very young in Nashville at the Bluebird Cafe. And how old was she?
I think 14 or 15.
Oh, good Lord.
When she agreed to give him a listening ear, he then told her that he didn't even have a music management company and to hold on and he would go make one, which he did. And the rest is history because he ended up owning all 6 albums and all of her masters.
So, Scott has been there since the beginning.
Yeah. This would also shed a light on why it would be so painful for Taylor to pretty much get stabbed in the back by her former manager because she has basically spent, now listen to this, over half her life with this man in her life.
Yeah.
And now all the work that he held precious is sold to Scooter Braun.
So on June 30th, he made a deal with Scott Borchetta to buy Big Machine Records for how much, you ask? $300 million. Okay, so at the beginning of Taylor and Justin Bieber's relationship, he was actually the opening act for her Fearless tour.
For those of you that don't know, Fearless was Taylor Swift's second album. That was a while ago.
Yeah, because right now we're on her 7th album. They were both young. She was 20 and he was 15, my age.
Wait, he was 15 when he was opening for her?
Yes.
Sweet Lord. Now, at that time, Scooter was managing Justin.
Yes.
And Scott was managing Taylor.
Yes.
So they all had to know each other. They were all on tour together.
Yeah. So then we jump to July 17th, 2016. Kim Kardashian dropped the Taylor Swift Kanye West phone call about the song Famous.
I mean, Taylor has just recently said that's illegal. You can't record someone without them knowing that you're recording them.
Yeah.
But then she went on Snapchat and she released the recording of Kanye and Taylor's phone call where it made it look like Taylor was consenting to Kanye using some less than desirable lyrics in a song about Taylor.
So that was July 17th, 2016. We jump a couple weeks later to August 2nd, 2016. Justin Bieber posts a picture of him FaceTiming Kanye West and Scooter Braun. And the caption says, Taylor Swift, what up? Now, if you didn't know, Scooter Braun is also Kanye West's manager. So obviously, this was a shade. Everyone took it as shade. So then we jump to now. Scooter Braun buys Big Machine for $300 million. Obviously, Scooter Braun is Justin Bieber's manager and Kanye West's manager. He bought Big Machine and all of Taylor Swift's past albums.
So did this deal strictly have to do with Taylor Swift, or were there other artists involved?
I think there was other artists involved too, like Thomas Rhett and a whole bunch of other country and pop artists.
Wow.
Taylor obviously heard about this news and she went to Tumblr to talk about this. Now, in her Tumblr post, she put up the same picture that Justin posted back in 2016 of him FaceTiming Kanye and Scooter. Here's what Taylor had to say on Tumblr.
For years, I asked, pleaded for a chance to own my own work. Instead, I was given an opportunity to sign back up to Big Machine Records and earn one album back at a time.
That would be terrible.
Yeah. Still, it's a deal. I guess she just didn't want to take that deal.
Yeah.
One for every new one I turned in. I walked away because I knew once I signed that contract, Scott Borchetta would sell the label, thereby selling me on my future. Some facts about today's news. I learned about Scooter Braun's purchase of my masters as it was announced to the world. All I could think was that the incessant manipulative bullying I received at his hands for years. Okay, about that, I've heard several different things. Some fans are saying that Scott Borchetta would have texted her at a reasonable hour his time where he was, but where she was, which is across the pond, it was probably 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So as she was waking up there, she would have been receiving the news just like we were here.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
His defense is that he let her know ahead of time.
Of course, we don't have both sides of the story, and we don't know who's telling the truth. We don't know who's not telling the truth, so we don't really know.
Yeah, we don't. And we may never.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to the end for our final thought, and I will let you know what I think about this and what my opinion is. Let me continue with what she said. All I could think about was the incessant manipulative bullying I've received at his hands for years, his being Scooter Braun. Like when Kim Kardashian orchestrated an illegally recorded snippet of a phone call to be leaked, and then Scooter got his 2 clients to bully me online about it. Or when his client Kanye West organized a revenge porn music video, which stripped my body naked. Now, you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. There's a body double and some CGI work. It looks exactly like Taylor Swift. To continue with her post, this is my worst case scenario. This is what happens when you sign a deal at 15 to someone whom the term loyalty is clearly just a contractual concept. When I left my masters in Scott's hands, I made peace with the fact that eventually he would sell them. Now, she's referring to Scott Borchetta of Big Machine, her first manager. Never in my worst nightmare did I imagine the buyer would be Scooter Braun. He, Scott, knew what he was doing. They both did. Controlling a woman who didn't want to be associated with them. In perpetuity, that means forever. Thankfully, I'm now signed to a label that believes I should own anything I create. Thankfully, I left my past in Scott's hands and not my future. And hopefully, young artists or kids with musical dreams will read this and learn about how to better protect themselves in a negotiation. You deserve to own the art you make. I will always be proud of my past work, but for a healthier option, Lover will be out August 23rd. Sad and grossed out, broken heart emoji, Taylor.
Okay, so next we have a long list of people and celebrities that responded against and with Taylor. So the first one we have is Iggy Azalea at Arvin Penato on Twitter. I don't know who that is. It's just a random user on Twitter. Said, didn't Scooter buy the whole Big Machine Records? So he also bought Thomas Rhett's, Lady Antebellum's, Florida Georgia Line, Tim McGraw's, etc., not just Taylor's. Iggy Azalea said, I think from what I can see, it's more about the fact they didn't even give her the opportunity to at least bid on her own masters when she's made it known that she wanted to purchase. I can totally understand where she's coming from.
It's not that she didn't have the opportunity to own her masters. Iggy is saying she did not have an opportunity to bid. You would think, out of respect, that you would allow the actual artist to bid on her own work, which is insane anyway, because it's her work. She wrote it. I don't know why she has to pay for it, but okay.
One of the first people to unfollow Scooter Braun on Instagram was Miley Cyrus. Before all of this happened, and before Taylor posted on Tumblr, Ariana Grande put up on her Instagram story congratulating Scooter Braun for his purchase. Of course, because it's her manager. Soon after Taylor's Tumblr post, Ariana deleted her Instagram story.
What a position. You want to congratulate your boss, but you want to stick up for your fellow artists too.
Next, we have Alessia Cara. She took to Instagram to share her support for Taylor, saying, hey, stop stealing from women who work hard.
Halsey weighed in as well. She deserves to own the painstaking labor of her heart. She has surpassed all expectations of what any artist is even capable of. She catapulted her stardom into the Milky Way. No matter how much power or success a woman has, you are still susceptible to someone coming along and making you feel powerless out of spite. How, as an entertainer, you're respected, but as a writer, you're walked all over? I'm standing with her.
And Taylor retweeted that tweet. So far, we haven't heard anything from Selena Gomez, which is her best friend, but I'm sure they're talking on the phone or, you know, not on social media.
I'm sure she has read all about it because here's her longtime ex-boyfriend involved, Justin. My gosh.
However, Selena Gomez's mom did say something on Instagram. She says, to deny you the option to own your blood, sweat, and tears, especially as a young woman who shared growing up in front of the world, is heartbreaking. XO.
Hugs and kisses.
That's all she had to say.
Here's where the tea gets hot. Then Justin Bieber, who is now being crucified by Swifties online, comes back, deletes that post, comes back on Instagram, and leaves Miss Swift a message. And it says, hey Taylor, first of all, I'd like to apologize for posting that hurtful Instagram post. At the time, I thought it was funny, but looking back, it was distasteful and insensitive. Okay, I'm here for an apologetic king. Then he says, Scooter has had your back since the day you graciously let me open up for you. Okay, so they had a business relationship and it worked. So for you to take it to social media and get people to hate on Scooter isn't fair. What were you trying to accomplish by posting that blog? Seems like to me it was to get sympathy. You also knew that in posting it that your fans would go and bully Scooter.
Ouch, ouch.
On that paragraph. I'm sure Scooter and I would love to talk to you and resolve any conflict, pain, or any feelings that need to be addressed. Okay, validation. I usually don't rebuttal things like this, but when you try and deface someone I love's character, that's crossing a line.
So he said he doesn't usually do this. Like you said, if she hadn't gone on social media, he probably wouldn't have done this.
I don't think so. There'd be nothing to respond to.
So Hailey Bieber, Justin's wife, commented,
Gentlemen.
and that's it. Cara Delevingne, a British actor, model, and one of Taylor's best friends, commented back to Hailey Bieber and said, gentlemen, ? As a married man, you should be lifting women up instead of tearing them down because you are threatened. As you said, you haven't talked to Taylor in years, which means you definitely don't understand the situation. Take a step back and try to learn from this. We should all be on the same team. End of story. Justin later deleted Cara's comment.
Ooh.
Okay, so we have another little
Headbutt.
This is so crazy. We have the main battle between Godzilla and Mothra. Then you got Chaka on the side. And that's Justin Bieber. He looks like Chaka. And then you have all these lesser battles between people like Hailey Bieber and Cara Delevingne. And then you have Todrick Hall and Demi Lovato. It's a battle.
Okay, so Todrick Hall took to Instagram and Twitter and said, "For those asking, I left Scooter Braun a long time ago. I am saddened by this news, but not shocked. He is an evil person whose only concern is wealth and feeding his disgusting ego. I believe he is homophobic, and I know this from his own mouth that he is not a Taylor Swift fan."
Wow, there's so much to unpack in that statement.
Let's unpack that statement.
If we're to believe this post,
Scooter Braun.
he is homophobic. He is evil.
Only concerned about his wealth and feeding his ego. That's some strong allegations right there. Demi Lovato clapped back. She said, "Hey boo, I don't know who you are or anything, and this isn't hate."
Ooh, that's some shade right there.
That is so passive aggressive.
Hey, Bill.
I don't even know who you are. Like,
Todrick who?
Yeah, I don't know you or anything, but this isn't hate. But making claims that someone is homophobic is really serious.
yeah.
As a member of the LGBTQ plus community myself, he wouldn't have signed me if he was. No hate, just trying to clear it up. So if you go on Todrick Hall's Twitter, he keeps going on a little rant, but there's a lot of that little rant, so we're not going to talk about it here because he's pretty much talking to himself. Next, we have Martha Hunt, another model. And little fun fact, Martha Hunt was right across the stage from us at the Atlanta, Georgia rep tour. She says, "Taylor doesn't deserve for someone who has constantly bullied her to own the rights to her blood, sweat, plus tears. It's not the dark ages. Artists shouldn't be held down, and I couldn't be prouder of my friend for standing up for what's right." End of story.
So then Haley Kiyoko, who starred in the "You Need to Calm Down" music video with Taylor, chimes in on Instagram, simply says, #we stand with Taylor.
Yes.
That's nice.
So then Danielle Haim says what? I can't read it because there's some cuss words, so you'll have to read it.
#we stand with Taylor. Sometimes I'm reminded of how f***ed up and slimy this business is. This is one of those times. Let Taylor Swift buy our music back, you
I mean, that's what she said.
Hurry up.
So then, out of nowhere, out of the blue, we have Hannah B, the current bachelorette. She says, "Oh heck no, don't mess with our queen Taylor, #fangirl activated."
Oh,
Okay.
beast mode activated. So Heidi Montag, who is Spencer Pratt's wife. If you guys don't know who that is, Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag are from a show a long time ago called The Hills. It was very popular on MTV, and it was one of the first reality shows.
Yeah.
She says, "It's important to stand up for yourself. What is right and true, Taylor Swift."
Her husband, Spencer Pratt, he is a huge Swiftie.
Huge.
Here is a video clip of that.
"I'm done with these people. If you write something, that's your property. Give it to her. Done. I mean, she can even buy it, but that's how I feel. Okay?"
Next, we have Brendan Urie, who is obviously in the song Me. Brendan spills the tea. So we're gonna play a little clip from his recent live stream, which you can see here.
Scooter Braun, like, what a piece of shit, right? It just, like, broke my heart. I read Taylor's statement, I was like, that sounds about right, you know? Toxic dudes doing toxic bullshit in this toxic industry. Yeah, it's disgusting, right? What a
We're gonna have to put some bleeps on that, cause...
Yeah.
So then, we have lots of tea here. Robert Ellis, one of Taylor's very first writing partners, spills the tea. He says, "OMG, I haven't been reading the news. I'm going to Google it now. My collection of unreleased co-writes and 50 to 100 of her very early demos have never been copied or left my office. No exceptions. To be clear, most of those demos are songs she wrote by herself as early as 11 years old. They'll never see the light of day because they were never meant to, and I made a promise to Andrea and Scott," her parents, by the way.
Wait, can I just stop for a second? As a Swiftie, what are you taking from that post? Because I'm going to tell you what I'm taking.
Taylor Allison Swift.
How many songs you got in the can? Where are they?
Now listen.
Give them to us.
Then we have Robert Green, another rep tour dancer. He says, "It's such a shame that there are people who will try to take advantage of artists and the magic that they contribute to this world. Press forward, T. You are the magic. They may take your work, but could never produce your work. You are a renewable source."
Oh, I love that.
So next we have Kelsey Ballerini, another one of Taylor's good friends. So someone asked her on Instagram, what do you think about the Taylor/Scott/Scooter thing? I know you are her friend, love your music. She said, I've reached out to her and love her very much. So that tells us that she has talked to her on the phone, text her, blah, blah, blah. So there is stuff going on that we don't see.
Which brings me to my next point, Ed Sheeran. Obviously, so many people have literally come to the line of attacking him verbally by asking him,
Yeah.
Why haven't you said anything? You haven't said anything about Miss Taylor Swift. She's supposed to be your best friend in game, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Once again, there is stuff going on
Behind the scenes.
y'all weren't on those phone calls where Taylor's crying and Ed's like,
It'll be alright. It's alright. I broke my leg running through the field. Someone's chasing me. I'm alright.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg.
He said on Instagram, I've been speaking directly to her like I always do. Of course he has. He doesn't have to go on social media, y'all.
yeah, so let me translate that for you.
Get off my back, you idiots.
That's what he said.
So the next one, Camila Cabello, she said, I don't know a lot about what's going on, but I will say I really believe artists should own their life's work. That's all she had to say. I think if I was Taylor's friend, I think that's probably exactly what I'd say. Because I don't want to be involved in that.
So then one of our dancers, Nadine Olmo, says, Taylor, you're an angel of light and a true force of nature. I will stand with you always. Speaking of dancers, I'm gonna flip your lid. What is all I have to
Yeah.
say?
So one of the main dancers on the Reputation tour, Jake Oddish,
Pictured here.
Jake went on an Instagram live and said, yes, I worked for Taylor, but that does not mean I care about her or her life. I won't be working with her on this tour.
I simply don't want to.
Also,
Wow.
note this. He went back, obviously he got a lot of backlash for that. He went back on Instagram Live just to ask Swifties to leave him alone. He said,
please leave me alone. I respect her as an artist, obviously. I think she's an amazing human. I think she deserves to own her music. But other than that, please leave me alone.
Wow. Okay, guys, if you like your tea piping hot, we have saved the best, maybe the worst, for last. Scooter Braun's wife, who usually doesn't say a word, chimed in. I'm not going to read the whole post, but we're going to show you here. Take a second and read this, and then I'll comment. Oh my gosh. The worst part is we have watched you collect friends and drop them like wilted flowers.
Yeah. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
I did not need to hear her voice to pick up on that tone.
Yeah.
Boy, was she talking down to her.
okay, so that is all we have for celebrities responding to Taylor. Obviously, more stuff will come out as time passes. Now, it's time for our final thoughts.
So before I give my final thoughts, guys, tell me what you think. What is your opinion? Are you Team Scooter? Are you Team Taylor? Now, I am obviously Team Taylor. In fact, I feel so passionate about it that I wanted to start a fundraiser to help her buy back her music. My final thought is this. If you are upset, it always pays to take a deep breath and not go straight to social media.
Yes.
People usually end up regretting it. And I think a lot of the comments that are coming back on the parties now are because it's being handled publicly.
Yeah.
I happen to agree with Taylor 100%, and I stand with her as well. Because I love her, I don't like seeing all this drama.
Yeah.
Especially the things that her dancer said and Yael Braun said. I'd like to see her happy. That's what I'm looking for Taylor, is happiness and no drama. Okay, guys, that's it for this week's edition of Taylor Talk. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on all of our social medias. We love you. We'll be giving you a jam-packed week on both channels. This channel and maybe Island too.
Yeah.
We will see you next time.
Bye. Lover.